How are y'all doing out there? This is Jeremy Godin at jeremygodin.com, going over sales skills, techniques, and coaching to help us aim for a better close. Today we're going to go over something I call CTE. The CTE is a great way to beat up your leads. When you get a lead, the value of that lead, I stutter here. I stutter here because the value of that lead is so great, is so significant, yet so many organizations will call one time. They'll send an email one time. Maybe they'll send a text message and then set a follow-up for a few days later. When a person, especially if they went on your website or reached out to you on social media, when a person contacts your organization, you have to get a hold of that lead. Now, what happens during the lead submission process from when they submit it to when you call them can vary greatly. If you wait more than 5 minutes to call them, they might already be on the phone with another organization that's more hungry than your organization. So you have to CTE. Now, CTE stands for call, text, email, and then, of course, repeat. Now, the repeat part has a lot to do with the product value from your organization. If your product value is a few $100s, you might only want to do the CTE 2 times, or 1 time on day 1 and 1 time on day 2, or 1 time in the morning on day 1 and 1 time in the afternoon on day 1. But of course, if that same product value is a home or a large real estate commission where, the product value is more like $5,000 or $6,000, that CTE can extend for over 30 or even sometimes a 60-day period, depending on the value of that lead that you're trying to close. Or in this case, with the CTE, you're really just trying to get them on the phone or get some sort of text message reply or an email reply, any sort of prod, and you just want to get a response at this point. So CTE usually happens when you get a lead in through social media, through your website. You can even do it with some lead generation software, things of that nature. So when that lead comes in, the first thing you want to do is get them on the phone. You want to call that lead. So you want to pick up the phone. You want to call that lead. If they don't answer, make sure you leave a professional, well thought out, stated, and scripted voicemail. We'll go on that in a later video series. But let's get back to the call itself. So you get them on the phone. That's the goal of the CTE. So if you get them on the phone at the C, you don't have to do the TE. CTE is about making that contact and then creating a lead process. Now, where you go from that call is a lot to do with your sales process in your organization. Are you gonna send someone out for an in-home survey? Are you gonna do a follow-up phone call? Do you need to get a senior coordinator on the phone? Do you have to send them out a brochure? There's a lot of things that can come out of that call. The CTE method is to make some sort of contact. So say you call them and they don't answer. You leave a great voicemail. The next method you should do is send them a text message. It's 2018. You have to send them a text message. And a lot of times if you call that lead that maybe they submitted through your website or social media and you don't call them in 5 minutes, most likely somebody else called them. I'm going to keep saying this because it is so important to call that lead as soon as you can. Your organization has to create a sales process that when a lead comes in, it is called quick. If you call them in an hour, 2 people might have already called them. They might have gave a credit card to another organization. That could have been your 16 digits. You could have gotten that 16 digits, but you didn't respond quick enough. So you make the phone call. The next process of CTE is you're going to send the text message. That's the T in the CTE. And the text message, again, should be scripted, something well thought out. But the plan of it is to initiate some sort of contact. Hey, see you submitted a quote for lawn care. Could I come by this Thursday and do a free survey? Hey, see you looked at our mortgage calculator online. I was hoping I could set a follow-up call to go over some of our financing options. You want to get some sort of response. So you don't want to re-give the information in the text message. You don't want to re-give the information in the voicemail. They've already reached out to you. They already know what you're selling. They pretty much already know what they want. The purpose of this call, text, email is to get them in some sort of contact. A lot of folks get upset about rebuttals. I'll take rebuttals all day if I can get them on the phone. It's so important to do this. And then the next part of the CTE, of course, the E stands for email. And the email should be well scripted, thought out in a template form, whether you use like a Google canned response or some sort of other HTML markup format. You want to have a great professional email that, again, doesn't reiterate the information that the consumer that contacts you already is aware about. The email is more, again, asking questions. You want to initiate some sort of conversation. So you have the calling, the texting, the emailing, and then depending on your organization sales process, how many times you should implement that. In one of my companies, one thing we like to do is we like to hit it 2 times on day 1 and then again on day 3. And then we'll put them in kind of a storage folder. And if the leads slow up during the week, we might pull out that folder and just call just to try again. Never hurts if you have that little archive of some dead leads. But you don't want to spend active, good sales time where other good leads are coming in and you're just chasing the heck out of bad leads. So use that CTE, put it on your computer, write it on Post-its, put it on your sales floor wall, call, text, email, and repeat. And of course, hopefully, you have some sort of email automation process. So these email addresses are tying into that. We'll talk about that in a later video series. Again, this is Jeremy Godin at jeremygodin.com. I love and appreciate your feedback. It helps me become a better salesperson, helps me become a better sales coach, and helps me share this information with you. Thank you.